She was once a beauty icon who captivated America in the 1970s, but few know that Lynda Carter's real life held struggles no less intense than the superhero she portrayed. A marriage that lasted over 37 years. Yet what was hidden behind it that nearly made her lose herself? What relationship helped her overcome alcoholism? Stay with us until the end to uncover the untold truth behind Wonder Woman's crown. But to understand what nearly made Lynda Carter lose herself in the aftermath of fame, we have to go back to where it all began, when she first put on the Wonder Woman costume. When Lynda Carter transformed into Wonder Woman in 1975, she didn't just wear the suit of a superhero, she carried with her the expectations of millions of viewers, especially the men of that era. It was a time when American television was desperately seeking a female symbol who was both strong and seductive, and Lynda Carter, with flawless beauty and rare charisma, became the perfect choice. But few knew that behind the camera was a lonely Lynda Carter, navigating a work environment filled with pressure, gender bias, and a constant scrutiny that focused more on her looks than her talent. In many later interviews, she admitted, "I didn't have the right to refuse revealing costumes or scenes that made me uncomfortable. They said, 'You're Wonder Woman. You have to accept it.'" At the time, power in the entertainment industry was largely in the hands of men, and even though Lynda was portraying a powerful female hero, she still became the target of inappropriate remarks, objectifying stares, and emotional isolation. She once shared that walking off the set each day didn't feel like a victory, but like she had merely survived. Even in her personal life, her sudden fame made her the ideal target for many powerful men, but most of those relationships were short-lived and disappointing. During the height of Wonder Woman's popularity, she dated Burton Cummings, lead singer of the band The Guess Who, a passionate romance that ended quickly due to lifestyle differences. Before that, she had also been in a relationship with Nicholas Hammond, who played Spider-Man in the television series of that era, but both were too focused on their careers to make it last. In 1977, at the peak of her fame, she married producer Ron Samuels, who was also her manager at the time. The marriage between Lynda Carter and Ron Samuels, her first husband, seemed perfect at a glance. A dazzling TV star married to a powerful producer. But behind the flashbulbs and red carpet photos lay a suffocating reality that Lynda endured quietly for 5 years. Ron wasn't just her husband, he was also her agent, controlling nearly every aspect of her career and personal life. Every decision about roles, appearances, even friendships, had to go through him. She once said, "I was Wonder Woman on screen, but in real life, I had no voice." The loneliness inside her own home left Lynda adrift. Anytime she wanted to try something new, like exploring music or producing, she was shut down immediately. Their conversations slowly turned into negotiations, and yet, instead of leaving, Lynda chose to stay. Why? Because of the pressure of fame, the fear of being labeled a failure in marriage, and a complicated mix of love and gratitude. Because Ron was the one who had helped launch her to stardom. For 5 years, Lynda Carter lived as if she were in a movie she didn't write the script for. And then, in 1982, she made the quiet decision to walk away from that role, not with blame, but with the silent courage of someone finally choosing herself. Her silence in divorce wasn't weakness. It was her way of ending a painful chapter with quiet strength. After ending her marriage with Ron Samuels, Lynda Carter didn't rush into a new relationship. She took time to reflect on herself, the woman who had once been a powerful symbol on television, yet had lost her voice in her personal life. For a long time, she turned down every introduction, keeping her distance from any man connected to the entertainment industry. She no longer believed in love. Until one day, a man completely different entered her life. Not flashy, not from the spotlight, not from Hollywood. A man who didn't seek Wonder Woman, but sought the real Lynda, and that, more than anything, frightened her. Yet right at that moment, Robert Altman appeared, as if her life were opening a new chapter, quiet but no less intense. The meeting between Lynda Carter and Robert Altman didn't happen on a movie set, but during a casual gathering arranged by mutual friends, at a time when Lynda had just emerged from a painful divorce. Robert was no film star, and certainly not part of the Hollywood scene. He was a lawyer, reserved, a Harvard graduate, with a calm demeanor that made him unreadable. It was that quiet confidence that piqued Lynda's curiosity and her caution. At first, she thought he would be like the other men who had passed through her life, charming, intelligent, but unwilling to dive into the soul of a woman still healing. But Robert was different. He never asked about Wonder Woman. He never mentioned Ron Samuels. He asked what she was reading, what kind of music she liked, and what time she usually woke up. These seemingly simple questions made Lynda feel truly seen for the first time as a person, not a public image. But their relationship was far from a romantic fairy tale. Robert was under federal investigation as CEO of an international bank, a legal storm that lasted for years. While the rest of America debated his innocence, Lynda Carter, fresh out of an emotionally stifling marriage, chose to stay. I saw the world misunderstand him, and he never tried to defend himself. I knew I had to stay, even though no one asked me to, she once said, through tears. It was during this time that Lynda began to spiral deeper into alcohol. She drank to quiet her anxiety, to escape the pressure, and to fill the emptiness that fame could never satisfy. She once confessed, "I drank because I couldn't bear the truth." The more famous she became, the lonelier she felt, and the lonelier she was, the more alcohol became her dangerous companion. But what helped her overcome it wasn't her career or her public image, it was Robert. He never judged her. He never issued ultimatums. He simply said, "If you need me to go to rehab with you, I'll be there every day." And he was. He stood by her through every step of treatment. No abandonment, no shame, just quiet, unwavering love. In 1984, they married. No press, no flashy wedding photos, just one silent promise. You don't have to be anyone else but yourself with me. For the next 37 years, Lynda was never involved in a single scandal. But in the early 2000s, when Robert was investigated again, she nearly fell back into that same destructive cycle. This time, with resilience and love, she held firm. And when he passed away in 2021, Lynda disappeared from the public eye for months, choosing instead to write music in his memory. The song "Forever Yours" was born like one final love letter, painful and profoundly beautiful. When Robert Altman passed away in 2021, the world sent its condolences to Lynda Carter, but no one truly knew how she lived afterward. The media reported that she had retreated for healing, that she was writing music to ease the pain. But no one spoke of the numb emptiness she faced each morning, in the house that once echoed with laughter and hours-long conversations. She didn't speak out much. She didn't weep in front of cameras. But those closest to her said that for 3 months after the funeral, Lynda didn't leave the room where Robert used to sit and read. She left his coffee cup exactly where he'd last placed it, kept his house slippers by the bathroom door. For her, living on wasn't about trying to forget. It was about learning how to move forward with the memories still beside her. What few people noticed was that she also cut off most of her social ties. She declined interviews, canceled a series of tribute appearances, and nearly vanished from all media. At one point, even her management team couldn't reach her for weeks. Instead of staging a grand comeback, Lynda chose quiet existence, writing not for an audience, but as a private conversation with the one she had lost. She turned to meditation, classic jazz, and solitary trips into the mountains, places where no one recognized her. No one mentioned Wonder Woman. No one asked about Robert. In rare handwritten letters to close friends, she wrote, "Grief doesn't come in waves. It lives in the air. I breathe in, and it's there." Lynda wasn't searching for healing. She wasn't trying to recover. She was simply living, in the emptiness, among memories no one else could share. And in doing so, she came to understand, love doesn't end with death. It changes form, into silence, into every lyric of Forever Yours, into the quiet courage it takes to live alone while still holding on to that love. Lynda Carter's life wasn't confined to glamorous frames of light. It was a long journey of loss, sacrifice, and healing. She was once a beauty icon, a television superhero, a devoted wife standing behind her husband's success, a woman who overcame alcoholism, and finally, a widow living with memories no one else could truly understand. But through every chapter, she never lost herself. She didn't seek attention, didn't complain, and never made herself small to earn sympathy. Lynda Carter lived just as Wonder Woman always stood for, brave, loyal, and always moving forward, no matter how heavy her heart might be. If her story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe today. Because living and loving as authentically as Lynda Carter isn't just unforgettable. It's the kind of inspiration we all need to become the heroes of our own lives.